Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. What it do, what it do, what it do, what it is, man. Why go on? This is your brother Chief with another video. As always, I'm starting early today, right? We're going to drop some information. First things first, I definitely want to acknowledge all the ancestors, all right? Let them know that we know they are here, they exist, all right? But for me, I always like to glorify the righteous ones and the unrighteous ones. I appreciate your sacrifice, all right, for providing duality, all right? So let's get into this. We're about to get into a quick build, and the topic of this video is lace up your boots or light your candles or do both, right? Because it's going down. History always repeats itself. Now, do me a favor, man. Wherever you at, go ahead and drop it in the chat, drop it in the comment. I'll give you a shout out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Facebook, hit the notification bell because you don't want to catch this live. You feel me? What it is, gain related. And we have Goddess Empress Everlasting Waters. We got Florida in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me make sure we got some audio on Facebook. I appreciate your sacrifice. All right. All right, cool. We have a slight delay on Facebook, so it's all good though. All right. So I'm gonna get into this build. Those of you who missed the live, I'm certainly sure you'll catch the recording, right? And I want to thank I just came from the post office. I mailed out 10 books, and because we starting that book club. All right. We're going to start this book club sometime in January. So we want to make sure enough people get the book. The reason why we're starting the book club, D Hill, what's going on? What's going on, Chieftain Ness? Chieftain Ness, what's going on? The reason why we're going to start the book club is because a lot of people don't like to read, and a lot of people don't know how to read. You feel me? So we are going to start a book club. So we'll get online as a community, all right, and then we'll have readers as you follow along. You see, our goal is to help build our people, elevate our people, and those who are a little bit, challenged when it comes to reading, then we could help them learn how to read. You feel me? So we are doing major things, and this is part of a bigger, how would I put it? A bigger, I don't want to say movement, but I'll use that word movement for now. All right. So go ahead and get your look at the video I posted yesterday, and I'll do another one. Go ahead and get your books. All you have to do is pay for the postage, and I'll mail it out to you. Now let me explain something to you, right? Let me just show you the mentality of a lot of our people. I took my own personal money. I don't ask anybody for donations. I don't ask nobody for cash app, nothing. I don't even monetize my video. Some people may say, oh, well, Chief, you stupid. Nah, it's okay. Because I don't want Negroes to think they're giving me anything. Because the mentality of our people, if they support you in one way, they think you owe them your life. And I'm not going to put myself in that position. You feel, maybe I'm cutting my nose to spite my face. You feel me? But the mentality of the majority of our people is sickening. So check this out, right? I spent thousands of dollars to write my book, edit the book, re-edit the book, publish the book, right? And get the book printed. Thousands of dollars. I didn't ask nobody for a dime. I took 20 years doing intense studying and research, not just to give you information, but give you factual information that you could literally research and go find it for yourself and see the facts, or at least know there's other, school of thoughts out there teaching something different that's not being taught by the mainstream. And it begs the question, why? Because the truth is always hidden, right? And they're going to promote the false information, the indoctrination, and the brainwashing of the people. So I did that on my own. Now, based on the cost of the book is 362 pages. It's a big book. So the cost obviously would be higher. So when I first brought the book out, it was $50-something. Then I find a way to kind of cut the cost down to $46. And I'm still making sacrifices because people are crying out. But it's funny that people would rather buy iPhones, spend all this money on Christmas and gifts and all these different things. and not get a book, whether it's $100 or $200, that's literally going to give you the truth and change the narrative of what we were taught. So I'm still keeping that into consideration. You feel me? Dropping the book down to 30 something dollars, 20 something dollars, even to the point where I said, listen, man, I just want y'all to get the information. I'll take the L if I have to, because I know this is bigger than what most people think it is or don't know what it is. So I'm willing to make the sacrifice. I'm literally giving away the book for free. So all I'm saying is, listen, pay for the shipping, $15, and I will send you the book. All right. So I was like, okay, you know what? I created a Facebook page for My Niji. And I'm like, well, I want to grow the page. So one of the ways to do that is tell people, go to the Facebook page. Okay. Go to the Facebook page, follow the page, make a comment, and I'll send you the book for free. I'll even pay the shipping and handle it. Then a few people inbox me. Okay. A few people sent me emails. Chief, I really want the book, but I made a comment, but you said every 100 person who comment will get a book. And then another 100 will get a book. That's going to take too long. And that's what people are saying. So I was like, you know what? I'm listening to y'all. I'm going to continue to take the L on that temporarily. Okay. And I'm going to just give y'all the book, just pay for the shipping. Some female dog, and I have to call her a female dog, you know, and I'm not going to apologize for that because it's the mentality of our people. Those people I ain't got no respect for. She's coming on my comment. Oh, well, you said it was one thing in another video. Now you changing your mind. You know, I could tell the scammers. You're a female dog, woman. It's my book. It's my book. I spend my money for. I could change my mind. I could give it away for free. I could charge $100. It's my book. So people like that, if you're not strong-willed and you don't know your purpose, you're just going to give up on your people. Because I don't have to do all of this. You feel me? I don't have to do all of this, but I'm doing it because I know the situation that we're in. I know we all have a purpose and we are all chosen to do certain things. And that's my purpose. I cannot walk away from this. Even if I try to. I was instructed to take a hiatus, take a break, go into the mountains, do all these things. I've been celibate for 5 years. I mean, I have listened to my higher self. I have listened to my ancestors giving me instructions. Okay. And even if people could afford the book for $30-something or $40-something, they will not see the value because that's not what they are being taught is important. They're not being taught that reading and giving the knowledge of who you are is important. What's important is getting iPhones. What's important is getting on the internet and shaking your ass. What's important is getting on the internet and smoking weed and all these different things. That's what's important. That's what's being promoted. Buying the name brand stuff, opposed to buying a book that could teach you the information, show you the facts, and then show you how we could come together as a collective. Because once we get back our birthright, we are the richest people, we are the wealthiest people on the planet because we have always been. It was just taken away from us. So why are we here focusing on iPhones and focusing on name brand things and focusing on the block, fighting over the block, when we have an entire continent that is ours and all the resources on the continent? It belongs to us. It is ours. We are the first landlords of this land. We are the stewards of this land. But you mad that I'm changing my mind with my own product, my own book that I paid for. The nerve of these Negroes, man. This is crazy. And they're not doing, and I've never seen that woman ever made a comment on my page. And as a matter of fact, she's not even my Facebook friend. Not even my Facebook friend. No interaction whatsoever. But apparently she's been looking at my videos because my videos is public. Never made a comment, but that's what you choose that's what you choose to say. When I did it the first time, you never came and said, well, hey, Chief, you know what? Thank you. You didn't have to do that. And that's another reason why our people are where we are today, because of that type of mentality. You don't see Mexicans doing it to each other. You don't see Italians doing it to each other. You don't see Asians doing it to each other. And I'm not saying they don't compete against each other. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. Okay. But they will not make it public because they know their internal battles or disagreements. It is not meant to be public. It is not meant to be public. We are the only ones that take over situations and bring it online for the entire world to see. You feel me? If you felt a certain way about it, then send me an inbox. Hey, Chief, you know what? People might think such and such. You feel me? Even if I don't really care what people think, because like I said, it's my book. I could do what I want with it. I could charge $1,000. Whether you want it or not, that's on you. It's mine. I paid for it. But I'm choosing to give it away. That's my prerogative, because I know, once again, like I said, my people are not tuned in to what's really important and is reading the information. And granted, I know a lot of people can't read. I got to keep it real with y'all, man. Listen, I was never a big reader. I was always a numbers guy. Okay, growing up in school, high school, junior high school, kindergarten, whatever you want to call it, I was always good with numbers. You couldn't fool me. My mom used to send me to the store, all right? My mom used to send me to the store, and when they give me my change, at the age of 4 and 5, I'm checking my change to make sure, because my mother always taught me that. If you rob me a penny, I'm saying, sir, this was such and such. You owe me a penny. You owe me 2 cents. I've always been that way. But I never liked reading. My sisters, they love to read. But that wasn't my thing. I used to love to play marbles. You know what I'm saying? So I would literally go to school with 1 marble and come back with 200 in my pocket. I was good. I was a sharp shooter with marbles, right? But anyway, once I started getting older, all right, I still didn't like reading, but I still love numbers. I love math. What really pushed me, and I've told that story before, what really pushed me to read more is when I had my son. And I was a good dad, always in my son's life. But, you know, I'm not going to get into this story because I'm never going to bash my son's mother. But, you know, because I didn't want to be in a relationship, she decided that she's going to make sure that I am the #1 deadbeat dad on earth. She's going to promote that to everybody. So she took me to court. And me dealing with the court system, I went into the court the first day with a bag of receipts. I'm talking about a garbage bag of receipts. Hey, Your Honor, I've been taking care of my son. This is the receipts. I have everything since he was born. Because my son never had breast milk, so I raised my son on my chest. You feel me? The judge looked at me. I could never forget her name. Her name was Catherine. I'm not going to say her surname or her last name. But anyway, she looked at me and she said, sir, what the mother does for your son is childcare. What you do is a gift. She said, you haven't done anything. You owe her $10,000, and every month you got to give her $600. Man, listen, you have no idea what I went through in this system. I was like, nah, it ain't happening. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. They threatened to send me to jail, to take my driver's license. Well, not my driver's license, their driver's license, all type of stuff. You feel me? I went through that, and I was like, you know what? I got to do something. There's somewhere I got to fight. And I started studying law. I started studying law and the legal system. And I'm telling you, every time I picked up a book to read, once I pass I get to the first paragraph, the second paragraph, on the third or the fourth paragraph, I'm getting sleepy. I'm getting a headache. My mind cannot focus because I don't like reading. And I get it. They say if you want to put something in, you want to hide something from people who look like us, put it in a book. And I totally get what they were saying. Trust me. All right. That's a fact. Because I could attest to that. All right. So I had to push myself. Every time I pick up a book, I'm getting sleepy. My mind is not. And when I decided that, you know what, that's not going to be a weakness for me. Reading is not going to be a nemesis. I need to learn. I need to study. I need to, make myself improve. And I made up my mind that I'm going to read every single day until reading became a passion for me. But I guarantee you, it wasn't easy. I guarantee you, it wasn't a transition that I enjoyed. I'm just keeping it 100. I didn't like to read, but now I love to read. And the more I keep resisting the urge of something telling me, oh, you don't like to read. Not that I couldn't, I just didn't like to. All right. And I had to read and learn law And that's what gave me the motivation to love to read until I was able to take myself out of that situation. All right. Cancel child support to the point where they had me put on child support. And I didn't even want to, because at that time, if I did it, I would be doing it because of revenge. I've always been a righteous man. I didn't want to do it for all the wrong reasons. You feel me? And even up to this day, the same driver's license they wanted to take from me, which is theirs, I gave it back to them on my own will last year. I don't need your driver's license. I gave it back to them. Went to the motor vehicles. Here's your driver's license. I don't want it. You see, so when you are growing, the more you grow into righteousness, the more you grow into your higher self, the lower self, even if it's not, of course, your lower self will keep trying to pull you down. But there are other influences, because what we have to realize is that we are part of a collective, of a whole, of the all. The only difference is we are divided within the all. Hence, we are called individuals. Okay, so we are divided inward within the all. So, and know this, within this all, there is two energies, the good energy and the evil energy, the good, the bad, the tree of life and the tree of death. That's what exists within the all. Always remember this. They run parallel to each other in an infinite space of absoluteness. Okay, they're never going to touch each other. Okay, you have good, you have evil. One is parallel, they are all parallel to each other, and they cannot come together, okay, in absolute. Because why? Good cannot produce evil, and evil cannot produce good. That's how I know the God in the Bible is not the true so-called God or so-called all. Because you cannot say that in Isaiah 45:7 you create good and evil. No, you cannot create good and evil as God. Because there's a good God that's good all the time, and there's an evil God that's evil all the time. And then they came together and said, guess what? We're going to make man, and we're going to put the good and the evil in man and give man the ability, okay, the divine consciousness to determine whether he want to manifest the good God or he want to manifest the evil God. That's why we are the highest beings. That's why in the Garden of Eden, when the God saw that Adam would gain that knowledge, would make him, Adam, greater than that God that created him, because now good and evil exist in Adam and not in that God. One was good and one was bad. You feel me? So they had to come together to create this man. But the good God was okay with it. It was the evil God that was jealous and kicked them out of the garden. You see, it is all symbolic. You feel me? It is all symbolic. So I'm breaking all these things down in my book. 362 pages of powerful information that's going to take your mind on a whole different level. So I do what I want with it. It's mine. I paid for it. If I choose to give it away for free today and charge 1,000 tomorrow, that's my prerogative. It is my prerogative. You feel me? But anyway, like I said, we are going to do the book club. Okay, we're going to start sometime in January, and I'm thankful to one of our chieftainess who suggested it. All right, so we're going to start the book club. So I am literally, like I said, giving away the book right now. All you do is pay for the shipping and handling. Go back to the video of yesterday. All right, and you'll see that information. Oh, and my email is in the link below. All you have to do is send me your name, your phone number, and in the subject of the email, put my Niji. All right, and I will get your address. You just have to pay for $15 for the shipping and handling, and the book is on the way. I just came from the post office and mailed out 10 of them. I want to get at least 100 to 200 of us on that book club so we can really dive into that information. All right. Now, unfortunately, well, I'm not going to say unfortunately, right? It's sad that I had to go through this entire spiel before I get into the real purpose of doing this video. But I had to, because the nerve of some of these Negroes, and that's why a lot of them are going to perish. Let me tell y'all something. Never allow yourself to get caught up with the color of skin. I'm going to say that again. Never allow yourself to get caught up with the color of skin, because the color of skin is the illusion that was created, or one of the illusions that were created. Okay. And the so-called powers there be, they're using that. Skin against skin, race against race, ethnicity against ethnicity. That's what they do, because they have to maintain control if they keep the people divided. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all something. There is only two entities that exist: the righteous entity and the unrighteous entity. If you are righteous, all the righteous entity are all the same, regardless of color. If you are unrighteous, all the unrighteous entities are all the same, regardless of color. Regardless of color. So these people know these things. They know this. There's only two race of people: the unrighteous race and the righteous race. It is really that simple. There's only two race of people when we boil down to it all: the righteous race and the unrighteous race. Really that simple. And we could even take it further. There's only one race of people in the all. Okay? Energy. Period. Okay, but within that energy, you have the unrighteous energy and you have the righteous energy. You see, no matter how I break it down, I'm trying to show you exactly what it is. All right? So let me get into the main purpose of this video. The reason why I said lace up your boots or light your candles or do both. Because history will always repeat itself. And those who don't know history will fall victim to the reoccurrence of things in history. So I'm going to show you more signs. I have always been ahead of my time. Everything that I've been talking about in my videos, it has come to pass. Things that I've spoken about in 2017 is coming to pass. When people talking about it now like it's something new, I've been doing that since 2017, telling you everything that's going on right now. And I could take you even further back and talk about things. Go look at the videos. Go look at my archives. It's in there. All right. So this is not just me gloating. I'm just trying to make you know that I'm always ahead of my time and I see things. So I'm going to predict something else and I'm going to show you exactly what's happening, because why? The signs are all around us. That's why we have signs and seasons, right? And if you can't pay attention to the signs, then you're going to fall victim to the things that happened back then. It's going to happen again. Okay? So let's get into this. I'm going to go ahead and share my my screen. All right. Now, this article here is from December 23rd. All right. And it's from Metro Zone. All right. Newsroomlabs.com. And this article says Donald Trump still wants to take control of Greenland and now Canada and the Panama Canal. I'm going to read that again. Donald Trump still wants to take control of Greenland and now Canada and the Panama Canal. All right, my brothers and sisters, let me explain something to y'all. What's happening here? Whether it was Donald Trump or Kamala Harris that was put in office, it was still going to be the same outcome. Why? Because Donald Trump is not the head of, Donald Trump is the CEO of the corporation, but he's not the owner of the corporation. The United States has owners. And this is another reason why I had to break down the land, our birthright, how it was sliced into a pizza. Okay, like a pizza pie, and sliced into all these different slices, and have all these countries owning our land. Corporations are dead, is a dead entity. So therefore, a dead entity cannot own the living. The land is living. So how can they own the land? They can't own the land. But you see, a lot of us refuse to see those things because we are too distracted. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people have reasons to be distracted. Even me, myself, I have reasons to be distracted. But the reason why I'm not distracted is because I am too powerful within my mind. I'm not going to allow these distractions to deter me from seeing and talking and doing what I need to do. A lot of people don't have that control. So they are being controlled by their lower selves, the entertainment, the destructive ways, the low vibrational ways, the low energy expressions. They cannot help themselves because they are not strong enough. Their I in them is not strong-willed enough. All right. So the unrighteousness in them, the unrighteous God in them, is the one taking control. And you will see more than half of them on the internet talking about spirituality. So what exactly is happening here? We are going back to a time when the colonizer is realizing that the indigenous people all over the Americas, not just the Americas, okay, they are so-called waking up. They are becoming one. Yes, you'll find spurts of original people having debates and fighting, but the bottom line is they are becoming conscious of who they are. Okay, so this is not going to be. We are going to. What's really in play is another American Revolution war, but that war is not against Britain this time. This is against the original people that's waking up and knowing who they are. Remember, I showed y'all a clip from that movie Civil War, and they asked, what kind of American are you? Let me tell y'all something, man. I see these things before it happened. Okay? I see it before it happened. Why you think they keep putting their feet on Haiti's neck? Haiti was literally one of the biggest empire in the world. Yes, Haiti. Haiti wasn't just that little portion of what you see was Hispaniola. No, Haiti's rich. It reached all the way into Chicago. It reached all the way into Louisiana. It reached all the way into the Carolinas, into Florida. The Queen of Haiti was controlling all those parts. You feel me? So they got to keep their feet on Haiti's neck. Haiti was the first country in the world that gave people their independence. And I've mentioned that in videos before. You dig? When they fought the American Revolutionary War, it was our people from all over the Americas, not just in the United States. Go look at the records and see where the soldiers were from. Jamaica, Haiti, Grenada, Dominica, all these places to fight the American Revolutionary War. But because they know they cannot use that tactic no more, all right, they are bringing more of those corporations into play, because a lot of indigenous people in Canada are waking up as well. You dig? So the corporation, I'm not going to say Trump. Trump is the CEO. He's just doing what his bosses want him to do. And the bosses are the 13 families, the 13 banks, all right, the Ish people, all right? And you know what I'm talking about when I say Ish people, all right? They are the ones that control. They are the bosses. They own Trump. They own the corporation. So Trump renews calls for U.S. control of Greenland, the Panama Canal. If you don't know the history of the Panama Canal, go do some research on that. They are going back to the beginning of colonization. All right. They also suggest taking Canada. Canada is actually Canaan. All right. Canada is actually Canaan. This is the promised land, the land that was promised, not talking about like I said, I've broken down what Israel and Israelite mean. You have two Israel. You have the higher Israel and you have the lower Israel. Right now, the lower Israel is the one ruling, the lower self. Israel has nothing to do with complexion of skin. Once again, Israel, the higher Israel only deals with righteousness. The lower Israel deals with unrighteousness. It's two bloodlines. Okay? Or two energies, put it that way. So right now, the lower Israel, they are Israel as well. So most people, oh, they're not the real Israelites. Yes, they are. Because you don't know what Israel means. Israel is not a people. Israel was never a people. Jacob was never a person. They are all faculties. Okay? They are all faculties within us. And all Israel means is one who strive with God. But the question is, which God? They never told you which God. But you have a righteous God and you have an unrighteous God. Okay? And the Israel that's ruling right now, they are working with and for the unrighteous God, the lower self, Satan, the adversary, which is the actual God of the world, because they're in control. But their time is up, and their time was up. And that's why they had to, because you see, there is a certain creed, a certain code that they cannot violate, spiritual, laws that they cannot violate, because they know if they do that, they could never manifest again in the flesh. So they have to be obedient to that, but at the same time, be deceitful in a way. Give it to you, but don't tell you exactly what it is. Subliminal messages. So when they put Trump back in office, like I explained in 2017, that was the trumpet that sounded, the Jubilee, okay? Giving the people back their freedom. But if you don't want it, then guess what? You're going to go right back into slavery. So now they're calling back for the slave masters to come together. Canada owned the most land in the U.S., but yet still the U.S. don't own no land in Canada. Somebody let it make sense. Let it make sense to me, please. And most people are just too blind to see it. And it's okay. You are not given the skill to research and search that information. Most times you don't know where to look, where to start. So there are people like me that know these things, that see these things and give it to you. Hand it to you on a silver platter. And as you could see, it says what? Aggressive style harkens back to Trump business tactics for negotiation. So if they're unwilling and they're not willing to bend based on the demands of the U.S. corporation, then there might be another war. Create some type of beef and say, oh, well, we got war with Panama. We got war with Greenland. We got war with Canada. We got to go there and fight. My brothers and sisters, this is not the wars of the land, the soil. This is the war of corporations that's on the soil. World War I is the same thing. World War II is the same thing. It had nothing to do with war with the people. It was corporations fighting corporations for power. So history is literally unfolding and repeating itself. Now, Greenland rejects the sale. Panama affirms the canal ownership despite Trump's demands. So they're all standing on the principle about, nah, we ain't trying to do that. We're not trying to relinquish our sovereignty to the United States. Panama is saying, nah, man, this is ours, despite what you're demanding. So what's going to happen? They are going to suggest, oh, well, sanctions and this and that, and create all this, this inside rivalry. It is all corporations. It's no different from Target competing against McDonald's, McDonald's competing against Burger King, Target competing against Walmart. It is no different. It is all corporate wars, corporate beefs that people don't know what it is. So now they get involved emotionally, and now innocent people are dying because of corporations. So Trump seeks to concessions from allies. You see, they always go to allies through unreasonable, what? Not reasonable, but unreasonable, we could say, and we could go as far as saying unlawful demands and political pressure. My brothers and sisters, and I am pleading to the people who look like me. Okay? Let me tell y'all something. Let us not fight these corporation wars anymore. Let us not fight these corporation wars anymore. You feel me? Because what this corporation is doing is giving you a license. They are giving you a license to go into other countries and kill innocent people on the false pretense, on the false created wars. You don't see McDonald's sending their workers into Burger King with guns. So why are you going into other people's countries killing people? Because the corporation told you there's a beef going on, there's war going on, or they did this, or they're terrorists. No, it is all made up. And the people who run it don't care how many lives are taken, because you see, they move as a community. They protect their people. They provide for their people. They tell you go into clinics and kill your children, abortion, and all these different things. But each family have about 8 to 9 children. They demonize you when you're on welfare, but they all on welfare. They get the most money. So I don't have to call names. Read between the lines. I don't have to call out names. You read between the lines. I've been teaching this long enough, so you should know when I speak in certain codes, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you know who I'm talking about. Okay? It's happening right before our eyes once more. And for a paycheck, people are going to kill people. Do you think it's a reason why prices are going up right now on food, gas, clothing, but your paycheck is going down? No, it is all part of the plan. Go look at the 1920s. Go look at the 1930s. Everything was moving in a downward trajectory until the recession hits. And then boom, World War. My brothers and sisters, it's happening again. It's happening again. I just hope that we are wise enough to see what it is, so we don't fall victim to that anymore. Because you have to feed your family, I get it. But don't go killing people because you got to feed your family. That's why it's imperative that we need to unite. We got to come together and look out for each other. It's the only way we're going to make this happen, okay, to avoid killing innocent people, because that rests on your soul. You think you're doing the right thing, but you are not. And when you face your creator will not care about you was fighting for your country. This is not a country. This is a corporation. You was doing the work of the devil, but you just didn't know that. So ignorance of the law is no excuse, and ignorance of spiritual laws are no excuse either. You cannot say I didn't know, because why? You have to study to show yourself approved. So you are not going to be exempt, all right, from your destruction, your soul destruction, your spiritual destruction. And that eternal death that they're talking about, it has nothing to do with you burning up in a hellfire. No, that eternal death is you not being able, your consciousness not being able to manifest again into an avatar. So literally, you will not exist anymore. And there's certain things you can't come back from. So be mindful of what y'all do, how y'all move. All right, let's go to another one. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull this up. Now, let me show y'all something. Let me show you how all these things, these corporations and these people are still connected. My brothers and sisters, I'm here to show you game. Okay? All right? And I just got to give, once again, credit and acknowledge everyone that's on the path of teaching our people and making this thing happen, because I'm not the only one doing it. I just got my own style. Okay, sometimes I have information that others don't, but I have a gift to break things down a certain way. So I'm just using my gift. All right, let me show you something. Let me show y'all something. Check this out. Let this screen populate. There's a slight delay on Facebook, so maybe you've seen it already, and but I'm not seeing it yet on my phone. So let me just make sure it populates. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Here we go. Canada is still under the crown. What crown am I talking about? Britain, London, meaning it is a constitutional monarchy with the current reigning monarch, King Charles III, as the head of state, although the crown's power is largely symbolic and the country is governed by an elected government. That is not true. It is not controlled by an elected government. It's controlled by a selected government, not elected. Election is an illusion, just like in the US. The president is not elected, he's selected. Because it's not your vote that counts. He's already chosen. It is a corporation, it's a business. The federal government is not a government, it's a federal corporation. So therefore, Canada is still under England, under London. So how can Trump propose, okay, making Canada the 51st state? The 51st state. And so what? London, Britain, the crown is just going to sit back and watch that? Or is there something bigger in play? The US is still under the crown because the Revolutionary War was never won. You see what I'm saying? Concessions were made because they are still paying taxes to the crown. My brothers and sisters, we are still under colonial rule. Okay? Just want y'all to notice. Somebody let it make sense. You see, you have to read with understanding and overstanding. Let me show y'all something else. Let me show y'all something else. Those who have eyes, let them see, and those who have ears, let them hear. Obviously, you have two physical eyes and you have two physical ears, but a lot of you don't hear and don't see. Check this out. Let this thing populate real quick. And I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm not making fun of anybody. A lot of times the truth is harsh, the truth is hard, and I just like to bring it like that. Okay. Let this thing populate real quick. When I'm done with this, I'll give everybody a shout out that's on the build. Let us read. Elon Musk warns US is headed for what? Bankruptcy. But guess what? Man, let me show y'all something, man. Hold on for a second. I keep telling y'all. Woo. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull something up for y'all. We're gonna getting into this, right? Elon Musk warns the US is headed for bankruptcy, but I'll show you guys something in a minute. Rising national debt could render dollar worthless. It's all part of the big plan. Whenever there's going to be a revolution or an internal war, those are the signs. Okay? Inflation, high prices, threats of the dollar collapsing, and people now, they start reacting to fear. So now they are at the wheel of the corporation, the government, with their demands. Interest payments strain government finances, crowding out spending. Real estate stocks and gold offer inflation protection. Diversifying investments can safeguard wealth during economic turmoil. Do you think that the US cannot relieve everyone from all these debts? Yes, they can. They can. And they should, but they're not going to, because why? They have to keep you in fear. They have to keep their feet on your necks to keep controlling you. They don't want a sovereign people. They want slaves, allegedly. Okay? Yeah, now that's what Elon Musk is saying, right? When he's the richest man in the world. The richest man in the world. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Let's go to another slide or another bit of information. And after this, I'll give some shout outs. Let me show you something real quick. This is crazy, man. And I broke all of this down in my book, okay? And in terms of the bankruptcy and all that stuff, you will find that in Newsflash, Everyone's a Slave Unless. I touched a little bit on it in Genesis to Reevaluation, but if you really want to go in detail on that information, then you need to get Newsflash, Everyone's a Slave Unless. All right, and it's on the website, www.myniji.com. I will show it to you in a few minutes. Now, the U.S. has been bankrupt since 1933. The moment they took away the gold and silver as the lawful money, the United States was bankrupt. Fiat currency is not real money. It is not backed by anything. So a legislation was passed by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, all right, Emergency Act, by taking away the gold from the people and giving them fiat currencies. That's when the Europe was bankrupt. But they made a deal with the people. We're going to give you HR 192, okay? I think it's HJ 192 or something like that, which says that all debts are taken care of by the United States with good faith and credit. So everything was supposed to be free because we took away your real money. So why are we paying for anything? Why are we paying for everything? You see, people think those things are conspiracy theories. No, they are not. Everything is supposed to be free. Everything is already paid for. Your hospital bed, even prisons already paid for. When you go to court, all the fines are already paid for because every crime is commercial. It's in their codes. I'm not making it up. Every crime is commercial. It's already paid for. Okay. So the reason why the the ignorant is perishing is because when they go to court, these courts, they are going as the fictitious entity and not the real man or woman. The real man or woman is not responsible. It is the entity that was created that's owed the debt. That's the debtor, not you, the living man. You could never be a debtor. Why? Because you're the original creditor. A creditor could never be a debtor. Okay, we have dominion. We have the power. Everything that happens is because of the power and energy of the people. Money did not create you. Money cannot create you. You create money. You make money. You see, you run things, not the money. It's your currency. It's your energy. Your energy is called currency. Money is called currency. And if you look at a river has a current flow of water. And what controls the current flow of the river is two banks. So what's controlling your currency? The banks. So we are on the verge of going to war again. All right. If these people say, hey, listen, we don't want to be part of the US corporation. But most likely it's going to happen because people such as ourselves, the original people, are standing up. We are waking up. And not just us, other ethnic groups as well. The righteous, so to speak, is waking up. So the unrighteous don't care how much damage or chaos they cause. They don't care. It's happening all over the world, not just here in the Americas. It's happening. All right. So I just wanted to come drop that bit of information, for my peoples. I hope you saw the value in this build. Do me a favor, go ahead and share the information on your respective platforms. Let people know what's going on. We got to stand firm. We are not going to fight these corporate wars no more. We are not going to do that to kill innocent people. We got to stop doing that. All right. So let me give everyone a shout out. What's going on? What's going on? Sabi out there in St. Martin. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Sending much love and positive energy. We got Indigenous Bushman. We got Lisa Stanford. I'm looking at people on Facebook right now. We got Sweet Tea. You watching? Whoever else is on Facebook. Respect, gratitude. All right, let's go to YouTube and see who we have. YouTube. We already gave Gain Related a shout out, but we're gonna do it again. Chieftainess, Goddess Empress. All right, we got Kane Related. We got Chieftainess Medea. We got Supreme Health and Wealth. We got Swindle, Hoodwinked. We got Cosmic God King 84. We got Melanated Goddess. All right. Who else do we have? We got Chief Blackbird White Tip and the Goddess V. Thank you. I mean, I gotta highlight this. She said, Chief, I was just reading your book, and it is so captivating. I can't wait to get back to it. Well, I thank you. And do me a favor, send me an email. I would love for you to be a part of the book club. All right, and show you how to give a review on our Facebook page. So much gratitude. I cannot keep and emphasize and stress to people how much of a jewel that book is. Not because I wrote it, you know what I'm not. All right, if it was, listen, I wrote a book, and I even took it off of Amazon because I just didn't do justice to the book. All right, that was a book I wrote after Newsflash, Everyone's a Slave. All right, I wrote another book, but I took it out of circulation because I just felt like I didn't do enough justice. You did, but this right here, I'm telling y'all, everybody needs to get this in their arsenal. All right, so Mahogany, big up yourself, Chief Dap. What it is, Lineage, one love. Who else do we have? We have Tanya Paulie, much love. Okay, so do me a favor, man. Go ahead. Let me show you how to get to the website. Go to hold on for 1 second. www.myniji.com. Here we go. So this is the website right here. But for those of you, like I said, who wants the book, if you want the book for free, all you have to do is send me an email. The email is in the link below, and put in the subject Myniji, and you want the book. No, the subject is Gin and Sis. That's it. Let me know. All you have to do is pay for the shipping and handling. I will send you the details, and I will mail you off the book. I actually went to the post office earlier and mailed out 10 books. But if you want to go to the website and get it yourself, by all means, feel free. Okay, so this is the book Genesis to Reevaluation. Um, that right there. I have another book, Genesis to Reevaluation, book 2, where I'm breaking down Genesis to the T. All right. Then we have Genesis to Revelation, book 3. I'm breaking down Exodus because none of those things are real. These people were not real. I'm literally breaking that down for you. I have another book. In the beginning was the Word, the Magi in all of us. I'm showing you what words, spells are casting and what they do and how to become a Magi. All right. That's in the book. What else do we have? What book? What else? What book we have? We have the book, The Son Be Us. All those books is in there. I have Antarctica, What Lies Behind the Walls. Another book I wrote, The Evolution of Hip Hop, Then and Now, The Power of Life and Death. The Fury in the Abyss. That's another book that I wrote. What Would You Do If the Earth Was Under Attack? That's another book that I wrote. And of course, what started it all off? Newsflash, everyone's a slave on less. All right. So all those books are on the site. We also have the clothing. I also mailed out a sweatsuit earlier today as well. So I thank everybody, man. You see, my Niji, the clothing. You know, when you wear my Niji, you wear yourself. So I encourage you to let your indigenous journey begin with my Niji. All right. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm sharing because it's not coming up on my screen. Okay. But send me an email. Let me know that you need the book. All you got to pay for is the shipping and handling. And I will mail that off to you. And we would love for you to be a part of our book club. All right. So with that being said, man, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your continuation. Who knows? I might do another live. Most likely I will because the ancestors are always dropping some information. And you have nothing to be afraid of because you see this right here, this is not real. This is an illusion. The real you is the I in you. The name of God is I. The name of God is not Yehoshahu. The name of God is not Yah. The name of God is not Jehovah. The name of God is not Allah. It's none of that. The name of God is I, period. I am that I am. It is really that simple. Man took it and said, well, hey, you know what? This means this and means this, that. No, they broke it down into masculine and feminine. The YH is masculine. The WH is feminine in one body. You feel me? Which is the I in you. It is I. So if you want to connect with God, you have to speak the I. The I am that I am. So who is God? I. Period. Because why? You are not the flesh. This is not you. This is the illusion. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Let us stand. Let us rise. Let's let these evil people, the unrighteous aspect of ourselves, let's let them know that they are not in control. We are taking back our sovereignty as the I, the righteous I, not the unrighteous I. You have two gods. You have the unrighteous I and you have the righteous I. It is really that simple. Period. Every other so-called name is man-made. And if you're given the I names, you are worshiping false idols. Period. Thou shalt not have any other God but I. Point blank. And who's I? Speaking in the first person, you. Okay? It is really that simple. So let's step into our power. Let's step into our I am and let these people know the unrighteous aspect of ourselves. You have no control over us. We are sovereign. Period. And that's what I'm about. It's time to bring back law, balance, and order on earth. And we are the ones that's going to make that happen, not the lower self. The lower self is dealing with destruction, chaos. You feel me? So when you're looking for God, go within. Because even in the book says the kingdom of heaven is within. And if God is in heavens, where's God? When Moses, Jacob, all of them, they went to see God face to face. Where they went? They went within. They did not go outside of themselves. They went within. Facts over feelings. All right? So go to the website or send me an email. The email is in the link below. It's somewhere in the video, whatever the case is. I'm going to put it in the chat once more. All right. Flying Eagle at proton.me. All right. I just put the email in the link again, but it's in the description below. Go ahead, send me the email. Hey, Chief, I need the book, and I will give you directions on getting the book. All you have to do is pay for the shipping and handling, and it's yours. I'm literally giving it away for free. All right. Because I want to get at least 200 people in our book club so we could really start studying and breaking down some information, and we're going to spread the knowledge to our people. We're going to plant those seeds. That's what we're doing. We are disciples of our people. All right. We'll talk soon. I might do another video later. I might. All right. Because it's still early. It's not even 12 noon yet. But we'll talk soon. I love y'all. Who else do we have on here? We have Dolo. What it is. Just giving you some love. I already give Lisa some love. Sweet Tia. I already acknowledge everybody. So thank you for being a part of the build. And we will talk soon. One love.